Year 8 after Christ. Rome is already watching, already administering, but absolute control always comes at a cost. To understand this moment, we must go back. Year 1, a birth shrouded in shadows. Year 2, contradictory records. Year 3, growing religious expectations. Year 4, a historical vacuum. Year 5, a pattern is confirmed. Year 6, surveillance. Year 7, intervention. And now Year 8 is the result of all the above. Rome sustained its empire with tributes. Judea paid, Syria paid, Egypt paid, and when taxes increase, so does tension. But tension doesn't always explode immediately. Sometimes it simply accumulates. Roman records do not mention serious disturbances in Judea at that time. Does this mean they did not exist? Not necessarily. It means they were contained, silenced, or were too small for the great official narrative. In times of economic pressure, prophecies take on a special force, a liberator, a messenger, an inevitable change. By the year 8 after Christ, the messianic expectation does not diminish, it strengthens. If Jesus was about 7 or 8 years old, he was growing up in an environment of contained tension. Taxes, soldiers, foreign control. A child absorbs everything he sees and feels, even if the empire doesn't notice. Emperor Augustus trusted his system. Efficient governors, organized censuses, constant tributes. But forced stability creates silent resentment. And resentment does not need an official record to exist. Not all local conflicts reached Rome's ears. Many tensions were resolved quickly, and quickly often means a lack of documentation. Rome tolerated local religions as long as they did not challenge its power. But a faith that promises a different kingdom, a kingdom not of this world, is intrinsically dangerous. Not because it attacks directly, but because it replaces loyalty to the empire. 8 years after the beginning of this era, there is no great explosion. There is no large-scale revolution. There is something much more disturbing, a slow, constant, almost invisible preparation. The imperial archives speak of stability, but the stability that needs to be constantly repeated is often fragile. If everything was so good, why was so much control necessary? Empires believe their power is permanent, but history shows that every system has a blind spot. The year 8 after Christ could have been that invisible point in the history of the Remang Empire. 8 years later, Rome dominates the territory, but it does not dominate what grows within it. Not everything that changes the world begins with a war. Sometimes it begins with silence and patience. This is the story of the forgotten years. The most dangerous calm is the one that seems absolute. Thanks for joining us. If you want to continue exploring the mysteries of history, subscribe and activate notifications.